Hello, so now we're going to learn how to blow out an egg. So there's a few different things that you can do. I've got an egg blowing kit here, which has got a little pump at one end and the air gets blown out of this little hole. I can try and hold that up for you to see. Air comes out of here. That also usually comes with a little, it's got a little drill bit on one end that you can drill the hole into your egg with. So you can usually buy these online, these little egg blowing kits. But I actually have a way that I think is much easier. And I use just a cheap syringe from the chemist. Cost me maybe $3, $4 for the syringe, a big one, because you want a large volume of air, and just a drawing needle. So this is a blunt needle. It's not a sharp one at all. And you put it on there and you can pump the egg with air using this. Now, the old-fashioned way to do this would be to drill a hole in one end, drill a hole in the other end, mash up the contents inside using a piece of wire, like this, if you can see that. See how I've made a piece of wire with a loop on one end? Mash up the contents inside the egg. Just give it a real swirl around. You want them to be quite loose and to break the yolk up and break the white up. And then drill a hole in the other end, and then you would put your mouth at one end and blow the contents out the other end. You can do it that way if you like. That's perhaps the most traditional way to do it without having any of these tools. It can be a pretty tough thing to do. It's not that easy. But if you have access to one of these, this is the way I recommend. Just go to the chemist and see if you can buy a big drawing syringe with a blunt needle. Really cheap, much easier, I think, than actually using the specialised kits, which can cost a fair bit. Anyway, so this is what we do. I've drilled a hole in one end, and as I started to show you before, just going to mash up the yolk and the white together inside. You can give it a little stir. Really mush it up. The more you mush it up, the easier it will come out. Now, this job can be pretty messy. Sit that egg down there. Right, so lots of air in here. When you do this bit, you want to be quite slow and steady and careful. Angle your egg down into the sink. You don't want to pump it full of air too much because you'll actually explode the egg. I might do that with my second egg just to show you what can go wrong. You don't really want to explode your egg. And see how it's starting to come out? You just want to allow that to keep coming out. It gets easier, but yeah, you don't want to fill it with too much air because it will create too much pressure in here and the back of the egg will pop. It's a bit gross. You could probably save it if you wanted to, but I don't think that it would be that hygienic. Now the yolk starts to come out. Need to put that down. Just get some more air in there. You've got to watch it. Sometimes it will come out really fast and you will get it all over yourself. Now, probably a bit more. A bit like that. Did you see that? How it just spurts out. Now, that's pretty much the contents gone from that. So I'm going to sit that just here. And with a fresh thing of water, you draw up some water in your syringe and put that into the egg. Fill it up. And I would then give it a good shake. Maybe put your finger over the hole unless you want egg everywhere. Lots of air again, just air in the syringe. Now we're going to get that water out. You see what I mean about it coming out fast. Right, maybe a few more times of that. You just want to make sure it's nice and clean, because the last thing you want is a stinky, rotten egg. Now there's still water in there, so I would just do another one with just the air to push that water out. And the water's coming out clean now. Give it a wash. And there's your blown out egg with just a hole in one end. There, done. So let's do one more egg. This is my duck egg. Duck eggs and geese eggs, the shell is a lot harder. I'm saying that one's just gone straight through. Generally, they're a lot harder. Now, one important thing to take note of is if you're going to drill a hole in one end of your egg and you've got a syringe or you've got a egg blowing kit, you need to make sure that the hole is, that's my dog, sorry, the hole is bigger than the circumference of the blowing tool, because if it's not, the air is not going to escape around the side of the blowing tool here, and you will pump air in, air will not be able to come out, and you will explode your egg. That won't be pleasant. So just make sure it's a bit bigger. I'm going to use this to do that. Just needs enough space for the air to escape around. Now, duck eggs are also a lot stronger white and yolk than a chook egg as well. Very dense yolk and very dense white, so you really need to break that right up. Now, same with this one. Fill it full of air, angle it down, and blow out the egg. Just keep wiping away the end, because sometimes there's really thick bits of the yolk or the white, and it kind of blocks the hole. So the yolk, oh, here comes the yolk. I was going to say it hasn't started to come out yet. Definitely do this over a sink or a very large bowl. Yeah, I just need to wash that out now. And again with air. And you do that one more time and give it a rinse. And there's your egg. Again, with just one hole in one end, not on the other end, and ready to go, ready for dyeing. See ya.